Greetings and gratitude to all light forms and life workers who have found this 31 Day of Card Magic episode number 22. Today we will be talking about shuffling the magic. I'm your host, Eulinus, the human magician, here to show you some magics of cards. So, shuffling is a very pointed topic when it comes to different psychics or mediums or fortune tellers, whatever term you want to use yourself. Understand that how you shuffle oftentimes has a lot to do with the accuracy of the reading. Because if you shuffle the same way every time, oftentimes you're going to end up getting the same cards very regularly, and you won't be able to see the whole deck that you are using. So there's quite a few shuffling techniques, and I do not think one is inherently superior to any of the other ones. I believe that it is a unified thing where whatever it is for you that you think is the right way, that's probably the right way for you. Look into finding new ways, but don't feel like it's just bad if someone says it's bad. So I'm going to start with my preferred way to shuffle, and this comes from years and years of playing trading card games. So you take the half, so this is one way, is just take your half of the cards, some front, some back. Front and back. This is an easy way. So this helps randomizes them, but it doesn't get them completely random. They will still generally stay in the order that they were. If you want to add some randomness, take half the deck, whatever deck it is, and slid them in between each other. So that is my preferred shuffle. If you watch my videos, you will primarily see me do this. Another shuffle that works is to cluster shuffle, put it on the table, spread it out, roll it together, mix it by hand, and then compile it back into a deck again, and then it has been shuffled. Another way of shuffling I have seen, which is the light bridge. So that's when you take the corner, you light bend it into both stacks, then you let go at the same time and it will mix together. I'm not very skilled at this one. It's not my preferred shuffle by any means, because I feel like it might have some damage to the cards, but it really does help it get randomized. Another thing is if your deck can, smush, I call this smush shuffling or combined shuffling. So this is where you take half the deck and you just smush it together until it falls in. And other people have many different techniques. Please understand that as long as you are shuffling it with intention, and your intention is randomization, is to reset the deck from any past readings, to reset the order of the cards in whatever way you want. That is more important than feeling like it has to be shuffled a certain way. So either you just go old school, or even older school. Just find a way to randomize them that works for you, and know that whatever system you're using of cards, the shuffle doesn't always have to be the same. You can have different shuffles for different systems, and this is your own way to do it. It's your own frequency, your own way. But to understand the reason why we even shuffle is so that each reading is its own thing, is its own sequence of cards. Here's a little experiment. If you want to make something that has never been made before, and most likely will never be made again, get a deck of playing cards or tarot and shuffle it 10 times. There is a mathematical probability that no one in history ever has or ever will have that exact sequence of exact cards, meaning that the aces are normally in a certain position, so when you shuffle it, they're in a different position compared to all the other cards. So the randomization is very important. The probability of seeing the same cards again and again is very high unless it is shuffled properly, and then it's very low. But if you don't have a proper way of randomization, if you don't have a proper way to really order the cards, then you're really, I find, stagnating. You're not bringing the most magic that you can to each session. Another thing you can do is pile shuffle. So take the cards and lay them out, one card in 6 piles, and then keep doing it, then 2 cards for each of the piles. And keep doing it until you have 6 piles full of cards, as even as you can. Doesn't have to be exact. And once you have those piles, you can either continue it and then turn it into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or you can take them all, which have already been randomized, and then shuffle them a few times. So I bet once you do this, the next time you give a reading, it's going to be very different, even though you use the same deck. I have found that oftentimes, if I don't do this technique of pile shuffling, I will always see mostly the same cards and very rarely other cards. But the one time or 2 times of doing this, maybe in a month or so, I get to see cards I normally don't get to see. I get readings I normally don't get to give. And it really brings a new level, a new freshness into the cards that were not there previously. So shuffling is important. Find your own way to shuffle, and don't let someone shame you or judge you that you're not shuffling good enough, or you're shuffling too rough or not good enough. Just know that it is, and if you feel like it's not good enough, look online. There's a lot of other shuffling techniques that I have not listed here. There are even machines that are designed to shuffle cards. So whatever you feel like is the right thing for you and your practice, do it, because this is your magic. And as long as it's aligning to your frequencies and your ethics, then that's the way to go. I hope this can answer for you wherever you may be. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next day of magic.